July from the Independent Monument. Buy Uganda, Build Uganda. It's a campaign that was called by the Minister of Trade a couple of months and a year ago, and they said it's a way we're going to enhance Ugandans loving their own brand. Then when it came to tourism, we have a lot of campaigns that have been running. Tulambule, there is Miss Tourism, which have actually been a part and parcel of it for a couple of years until it got a little bumpy there. Miss Tourism Uganda. We have a couple of all these campaigns fronted to the brand Uganda, and today we are going to discuss brand Uganda. And with me here I have Mr. Abdul. This one is one of the best PROs of sports. He happens to be the PRO of Vipers. Nice to see you, Sebo. Nice to see you, Sebo. Mama wera mu sports mututunda mutya?
Tubatunda nnyo in terms of social media, websites zaffe tubatunda ne team ogende bweru nga tugeze mu CAF Champions League tubatunda Uganda.
Ali mu luzungu. There you have it, and we have Mr. James here. Nice to see you, Sebo.
Nice to see you too. Good morning, viewers. I'm James Mwere. I'm a tour guide and a tour operator, and also a senior tourism officer with Busoga Ministry of Tourism and Heritage.
Sangaidokun.
Aye, Baba.
And we have a lady called Aisha.
Hi everyone, Aisha Mayanja here from
Mama.
Uganda Tourism Association, the apex body for private sector players.
And we have Eric Intalo.
Eric Quintalo, Public Relations, Ngamba Island Chimpanzee Sanctuary, but I'm also a travel writer.
Caroline Amtwaire, I'm a tour operator. Caroline Amtwaire, Director Gorilla Link Tours.
Gorilla Chimpanzees,
Yeah, good morning, viewers. Ben Ejadu, one of the few Batesos who are in tourism.
That's a good one. All right, the conversation seems to be in the right wave, right? I have chimpanzees, I have gorilla, I have the only Iteso, the few Iteso in the business. I have someone from the Tourism Association, a tour guide and operator, and someone from the world of sports. Now, a quick one. When you find a foreigner, or if a foreigner lands in the country and gets to you, James, and tells you to tell him what is so special about Uganda, what would be your first statement?
Actually,
apart from Rolex.
apart from Rolex,
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, the most unique product Uganda has, besides the gorillas and all that, is the weather.
Oh yeah.
That is so unique in the rest of Africa and the rest of the world. We have the perfect weather. So that is one product that we can rely on to sell Uganda. Because whoever will come here will really test it and realize that it is the best where they have been.
There you have it. James puts it clear. Fernando Morientes is in the country and you happen to bump into him, or you're actually conducting the press review, and he tells you, like, Abdul, what is this one thing I should be really anxious to engage with in Uganda? What would that be?
We have the best goalkeeper in Africa.
You heard the way he went, like, the mind was racing. Are our Ugandans really aware of what we have, Aisha?
Well, I think Uganda is really beautiful, and some people know. Mainly the people around Kampala know, but people in the villages lack the knowledge of Uganda. Well, Uganda has a unique feature like the source of the Nile. It is very unique to us. Yeah, the longest river in the world. So many people travel to Uganda to come and actually see where is the source of the Nile. It is here in Uganda.
There you have it. Abdul.
Yeah.
She said people in Kampala, they know a lot of Uganda, but you went tripping like, Okay, Abdul, I want to engage you from the lane of sports. Athletics is one of the games that has actually put us up there. Kiprotich, Kiptengei, Kipsiro, Diana Akibua. All these people, you have them off head. Like, I mean, Mubogera Konyo. But what becomes of them when they're off the international scene and they come back here?
The planning, when they're going to retire and what, because the government has to plan for them as well. Even them themselves have to plan for themselves. Though money comes and covers them, like Stephen Kiprotich says in Luzira. I see him every day. Man, the guy is wasted for now because of money, fame, and what. He can't control himself. So you have to have good managers to control you. The likes of Joshua Cheptegei as well now, because now he's up there. So the guy has to have the best manager to control him.
What have you, as guys in sports, have you taken the trouble to sit down with these people and to tell them, look here, you are a star? I'll give you an example in entertainment. Eddie Kenzo is one of the big stars, but when when they sat down and we talked to him, we told him, you know what, Kenzo, this is good, but I think you need to take it this angle. Do you guys take the trouble to sit down with these sports icons and you tell them, guys, this is it? Can we be a little better?
Do they listen to us when we tell them? I don't think so.
That's the question we have. Our brands who would have actually taken our brands on the real lane have issues with financial discipline, arrivalism and stuff like that. Eric Intalo, you seem to be so much in chimpanzee. And hey, by the way, on Thursday this week, chimpanzee sanctuary is Ngamba is making 20 years.
Definitely.
Now, you deal with chimpanzees. It's a rare species we have. You've dealt with them day in, day out. What is so special that Ugandans should know about the chimpanzees?
I think first and foremost, chimpanzees are only in Africa. In the early 90s, we had about 1 million chimpanzees. Right now, the number is dwindling to about 200,000 chimpanzees on the African continent.
Wow.
Now, these chimpanzees are endangered species, meaning anytime if we go wrong, they will run out of existence.
Do we market them enough to the world to know that we have them in Uganda? Have we taken this brand up to the people and they get to know what we have?
Yes, I will tell you first and foremost that many people who come in here, if you do not go, because they're great apes, if you do not go in for mountain gorillas, the other option is chimpanzees. Down omuntu wa wansi n'omugamba, can you tell the difference between a chimpanzee, a mountain gorilla, a baboon, azita nchima? You see, so at times we have that challenge and we do what I call community sensitization and education. Nkubulire nti, this is a chimpanzee. The difference between chimpanzees and other monkeys, these are great apes and they're tailless, but then a chimpanzee is one of those species that is rare and very intelligent. Its DNA is 98.7 close to human.
Awo twogera ku nkima ez'enjawulo, tulinamu baboon, tulinamu chimpanze, tulinamu n'enkima. Mbyawudde nti enkima, chimpanze ne baboon. All right, let's talk to Carol here. Carol, why do you think Ugandans are not proud of the country? Like, how best can we be? Like, I want to mention how they actually front their country on Twitter and Instagram every now and then.
I wouldn't say that Ugandans are not proud of their country. I can't say that. I think they are. I think we are just let down.
By?
Totia.
I don't want you to be scared because listen, this is how best we're going to make a change.
I'm not scared, but I really think we are let down by, to some extent, our government, but Ugandans really... when you talk to other people, when you see what other countries are doing, like why not Uganda? Why can't our government do the same thing? Like we are better than most of these countries. We were better than most of these countries, but now, like, you know what? Let us strategize. We need this. Like, in case of someone going to Uganda, let them come here. And I'm like, why can't we have this? Because we have all the potential. We have all these things.
Where are we failing? Is it in policy implementation? Is it in the awareness? Is it in the sensitization? Is it in the budgeting?
We can go on and on because the money comes, really. People are paying taxes. So I think it's how the resources are being reallocated. You know, all those things. Or priority. So maybe... Yeah, I would say it's priority. But no, there's nothing we can't do that other people are doing.
There you have it. She actually puts it clear, our priorities. The only Teso guy.
Yes, man.
Elrol is here with us today.
Yes.
You're the only person from the Teso region.
Yes.
What is so special in Teso that we don't know?
There are lots of things that actually are special in Teso that you don't know. First of all, you can take a look at Nyero rock paintings.
Oh, yeah.
That is one of the unique place in Teso, whereby we have not actually put it into a place in such a way that everyone in Uganda should know that there are those rock paintings there that actually were left some years back by those ancient people. That was the Stone Age time. Yeah. Nobody actually knows. If you ask someone who stays in Kampala, where are the rock paintings in Uganda here? Nobody can tell you.
Have you taken the travel to take pictures and you post them on your Twitter, on your social media?
I have taken pictures, but I've posted it. I've not put in Twitter or whatever.
Why? Why are you keeping? Why did you take the pictures?
No, I took the pictures.
For what? For archive purposes?
No, I was just doing it for marketing, Uganda, but not to just
Then you didn't. You see, we sell the country when we put it online.
Yeah, that is true, but that is where maybe I went wrong a little bit. But yeah.
All right. How best can we improve the tourism, the brand Uganda? How best can we improve the brand Uganda, regardless of tourism or the other sectors?
Oh, how best we can improve tourism, the brand Uganda? Actually, we need to do a lot of marketing. We need to do a lot of sensitization from the person on ground. Because if you look at tourism that we have in Uganda, we may talk of tourism, but we are focusing on gorillas, chimpanzees. Our target and our target market is the outsiders. Ugandans don't know even what a gorilla looks like, what a gorilla is. If you ask someone in Teso what is a gorilla in your local language, even cannot tell you.
There you have it. He talked about we are focusing on foreigners. You're a tour operator. You are a tour guide. Why is domestic tourism failing to pick up?
Actually, I'm one of the few tour operators that have tried so much to sell domestic tourism. I've tried to come up with a very quite, affordable rates. If you look at my packages, even my fellow tour operators will ask, hey, you man, are you doing anything?
Yes.
But my target is
he's actually saying that he's very affordable.
My target is to promote and create public awareness. This is where we are failing. Like my friends have been saying, what do people know about Uganda? So what I'm saying is, let's give Ugandans an opportunity, to get to know what their country has to offer.
For example, if I would love to go with my baby mama, my wife, to Chobe, how much would it be if it is local to domestic tourism?
Yeah, I always advise. My job as a professional tour operator is to advise you, okay? Because normally, if you come in a group, it will be affordable, very affordable. The rates will be cheaper.
Okay.
If you come two people, it is going to be different. But I always give you options and tell you, what? I have a scheduled trip next month. These dates. Can you fit in these dates? Where you can spend at least maybe 500,000 per person. Okay? Yes, because as Chobe is a luxury lodge. But then I'll give you another option. We can use Red Chili. We can use accommodation of Uganda Wildlife Authority, which is cheaper because the target is to go and see what Maction Falls has to offer. You get it?
Yeah.
I think also Ugandans. A Ugandan would rather go into the bar, spend 1M, than go to the park.
No.
You know why I said we should give Ugandans an opportunity? Look here, it is our job, It is our job, people in the tourism. Before we even talk about government, it starts with us. I'm a tour guide. What have I done? To make Ugandans get the chance.
The same applies to what Carol is saying. A Ugandan can spend $1 million Ugandan shilling in a bar, calling friends.
In the park. No, they don't know the other side. It is us to make them know.
Even another thing, Ugandans love to travel out of Uganda.
But
instead of coming to see Ugandan things, to go and see the gorillas, to go to the source of the Nile, to go.
By the way,
now that you're getting done with fasting, would you love to travel? Would you spend some money and you're like, oh, it has been a great Ramadan and now I can travel with my...
This is on the football as well.
Perfect. Can I travel with my wife? Okay, with my girlfriends, with my friends? Like, would you subscribe to that?
Yeah, I would.
Kara said that most Ugandans spend a lot of money buying beers. Even in my group, I have my guys. So the thing is, why do you think the mindset is not so much into tourism but into the nightlife?
Because Ugandans love to party. Yeah, we love.
So what do you think? How best can we bridge that?
The best way to do this,
I think, in my opinion, one, yes, much as they love to party, this is the first thing. One, as a country, we do not have a comprehensive domestic tourism strategy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's
Ebintu ebisinga tubibuukira bubuukizi. Unlike other countries, South Africa, take for instance, it knows that this demographic needs such kind of products.
Yes.
It knows these are the differentiations between marketing away to it runs maybe for 5 years.
Yes.
Tetulina tubuukira bubuukizi. Look, Uganda right now is one of those hubs where people from the neighboring countries will come in and party.
yeah.
Every Friday, bave Rwanda, buses flock in here to party, and on Sunday they're moving out. But the thing is, people lack the information. Tebamanyi. You ask somebody there, no mugamba, sente mekugenda mu national park. Zero. Tamanyi nti tulina attraction gye bayita maybe Gaddafi Mosque is a tourist attraction. Tachimanyi. So information. Tetulina tourism information centers. Mu bantu ba wansi. Nti nga onagamba tulina LC1 chairman. Nti if there is an information center, chinyangwiro tuukayo. And they get information. So I have the money.
So what you're suggesting, Eric, is like from I really want you here. So Eric, what you're suggesting is from village levels, but what will underbedo sinebachi tubereko n'omuntu our brand Uganda
District tourism officers.
district anto
Has been introduced. No, what he was trying to put out. When you look at the bars in Kampala, they have made a proper branding of these places. You know, But what is maybe, for example, Uganda Tourism Board is doing, because these are the people who are mandated to market this country. So we have to produce that public awareness, that people know what happens in Queen Elizabeth. Let us come with a campaign. Uganda Tourism Board has a budget. They can put a campaign every month. You know, to put a campaign on TV, and TV, for example, ask people questions and get them to the park. So the 10 people you take will come back and tell their friends.
Okay, Aisha, let's look at the children. Come a little closer. Let's look at the children, the young children. Back in the days, we used to go to, Queen Elizabeth. We used to travel. There were school trips.
Work.
Back in the day, we were working in Entebbe. We would do a lot of things. How best can we get this kind of energy into your groups, your WhatsApp groups of baby shower, bridal shower, what? How can we tap in those people for Brand Uganda?
Well, I think the marketing body, which is Uganda Tourism Board, together with private sector, it can put more strategies in marketing Uganda towards these the local people. Let me say the groups. We have in sports, they have corporate league. These guys under the corporate companies, M10, they come into sports and they share, then they travel, they go to the bars after. But now we could also have, after, even us, we can have those social kind of, let me say, groups as tourism. We always have the Powate, the Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo here. But people do not know much about it. We need to push it out there so that it is really, as it is a national event. Even someone from Soroti, Karamoja should know that this is a tourism event and I should be part of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you have it. Before you go for the bridal shower, baby showers and all that, even the guys, they say, boys night out. Let's try to take the approach of, can we travel around the country? Can we have a weekend out of the country? Well, to the parents, I want to come to you. I'm sure you're a father.
Yes, I am.
As a father, do you have like every holiday for your children?
For my children, yes, I do.
Why do you do that?
Because that's the point actually where they love it so much. So whenever, every time they ask me to go there. So that is why I have it.
All right. This is the only, among the few Batesius, I have a friend, he's called Indwat Ochom, he's from that side. So let's look at the challenges of tourism. All that said and done, what should be done and all that, let's look at the policy. Do you think the policies from the up there are favoring the operations down here?
No, I would say no. Because, say an example, when policies are set, say an example, money is there maybe to do something on tourism, maybe branding.
Yeah.
What I suspect, maybe the money disappears just from in the middle there. Do anything. Yes. So you find that at the end of the day, there is nothing completely which is done. So if there is anything which is maybe done, something that is minimal, which cannot do any impact to the tourism sector. So that's why you see most of the times we are struggling with this tourism. But because the policies, I think, are not favoring the tourism sector.
All right.
I really think that the policies are on, but they are not. They're just there. They're like flower vessels on tables, just there. So I really think it's just being consistent. Like if the strategy is there, if you're talking about Tulambule, let it be a consistent thing, because it takes time. These things take time. For sure, it will take time for Ugandan to learn. No, what? Just let us do something. That's all I'm saying.
What should we do? That's the question.
Keep being consistent. Let us just make this strategy.
How can we be consistent when the policies are not being consistent, Madam Karo?
That's where the problem is.
I have a very serious issue on the issue of policy, by the way. People. Kasitano TV ya muntu wa wansi. Banange tuine ekizibu. These days government etaddewo oba it's a policy into government entities zigende they book tickets directly with the airlines. These airlines, most of them, they are just like foreign companies. They repatriate profit out of their country into their countries. So all our travel agents, as per now, they are having that issue. They are not getting business from the government, government entities and any institutions. So I'm calling upon PPDA, Minister of Finance. Please, we have this issue. Otherwise, our people are getting out of business.
This is a very serious issue. We have a lot of travel agents in the country. Foreigners are taking a lot of this money out of the country. Our travel agents are not being used by government parastatals and entities, and government is using that as a strategy, maybe to hasten the relationship between this country and those countries where these airlines come from. But this is sabotaging the business in the country.
Priority as a country. I think it's a genuine word in Uganda. Priority of in terms of sports. Whatever. Twina mupira, twina basketball, twina rugby, twina emisinde.
Mulina abana abazanya netball juice waneno nakwata mu mwana wa Proscovia. She was good.
Brilliant. Naye nga kira tudde kukiri nti government wano yakwata billion ogenda kuba ku CNN oba ku BBC okuselinga Uganda. Yet we have sport here that can take us further, like athletics, because boxing, we have so many medals in boxing, so many medals in athletics.
Batutumulane mumuyiwa
ati twamuyiwa seba akyaliyo agenda kulwana, by the way October 6 agenda kulwana in Nesamata, one of the biggest fights in Uganda, I think. Naye just
I think regarding sports, sports one, sports tourism is a big thing. You've heard in the Buwarabu, Twina Grand Prix, the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. You've heard of the World Cup, Russia bagenda chifunamu. Uganda, Tetwina sporting, Gotundira sports. Kati abanafe wano. Walabike batukoza akase. Kalika. Visit Rwanda. I think going forward, countries that have evolved. For instance, let me take an example of Jamaica. Jamaica Tourism Board. You know Msajja Gobaita Usain Bolt. He's the ambassador, sports ambassador. Uganda, Twina Bakibua, Yaleto Modali.
Eric Intalo.
Zija, Twina Bakibua. Proscovia Lengot is a big thing in the UK. Those are the markets we are looking towards. Why don't make Proscovia Lengot Mufule ambassador? She's in the UK. Twinono Kiprotich. Let me tell you, one time we were traveling to Sipi, Abana Nebagamba. Can we visit Kiprotich's home? You get what I mean? He's an icon. Can we have a sports museum of sorts? Ntiemidali, starting from the 90s or early 80s sports, you know, this is how sports has been trending. People will keep on, because all we are looking at is tourism sustainability for generations. We need a hall of fame. Akibwa yali Mugabe yali wano, Majidi Musisi yali wano. But we don't have. Exactly. We are just there. You know, Tuzunga. Dennis Onyango, African player of the year 2016, Kechisangika. How will the next generation know Dennis Onyango? Alengot is a big thing. The netball cranes is number 7 on in the whole world ranking. So all these things.
I've just had clients from New Zealand, and the only thing they knew about Uganda, when they got to know about Uganda, was when the she cranes were playing against New Zealand.
Wow.
That's when they knew about Uganda. But then there is another guy who is a boxer, Ashraf. Sharif Bogere. This guy is signed under Mayweather Promotions. I mean, What do we have?
Well, there you have it. It seems to be. Well, the reality is on the ground, Ugandans, and I have a sports personnel here. I have the chimps, the gorillas, the tour operators, someone from the Uganda Tourism Association, and a tour guide, and they all agree. Yes, there is the love, but we need to change. We need strategies. We need policies that are going to be implemented. We need people who are actually versatile. Can we switch as Ugandans from bars to travels? Can we switch from baby showers, bridal showers? But you put some command and say, this bridal shower, you're taking it to as far as Chobe. Let's give our girl a treat. So you take two things at one time. So those are the challenges I'm reading from the ground here. But back to you in studio, Flavia. All I can tell people, basanufu baganyo kukakana tukakane. Visit Uganda. It's the new campaign.
Thank you so much, Andrew Chamegoro. It seems we're all agitated. It's brand Uganda what we're talking about. The ones of sports have talked about sports. They asked him what is the best thing about Uganda. He said we have the best goalkeeper. You've got to realize post priorities in this country, I'm telling you. But we do celebrate Onyango, definitely. I'll have you know that, Andrew Chamegoro, I have the CEO of Uganda Tourism Board in the studios, Mr. Stephen Asimwe, who's been listening to what everyone has been saying. Perhaps just to give leeway, if there can be one or two direct questions to him from there, and he can answer them quickly before we go into a break.
Okay, we have Mr. Stephen Asimwe in studio. Do you have any question? Because he's at the top of policy level. Do you have any question to him? Do you think he has something he needs to fix?
A lot.
Like?
Water as well. Mr. Sim, I think you guys need to fix the Captura Center because it's now more than 6 years.
Wow.
Tegwanga, and we still have talent in Uganda. We can tap talent from that technical center up in Captura.
There you have it, Mr. Asimwe. How far with the Captura project?
I think my concern will go towards religious tourism. You know, we talk about religious, faith-based tourism. Mecca is doing it. They're earning a lot of billions from it. Uganda, the third matters, 3rd June of every year. But, you know, it's a diverse thing. Apart from having the signage, you know, this is where Mata Gundi, Balikudende, and whatever. Because the whole point is for people to earn from it. The economic rewards for the whole thing. Strategy G, because when you look at the people we receive as a country, they're about 3 million tourists, and look at religious tourists, Twinanga, about 100,000, not 100,000 religious tourists. What is the strategy we have to promote religious tourism? Can we educate the tour operators how to tap into the religious or faith-based markets? Strategies is to go into possessor. Otherwise, we shall keep on saying, well, these guys are devoted, they keep on coming.
Well, Mr. Simwe, you have the questions. How can we tap into religious tourism and all that?
Thank you so much, Andrew Chamegoro. We're going to take a short break. We've had that religious tourism, of course, the Captura project, but I think generally should answer probably just sports and all these other sectors, how they'll be tapped into or how they intend to be tapped into when it comes to tourism. We'll take a short break. We'll be back. Of course, we're discussing brand Uganda.